the healthcare plan for the 9/11 first responders was passed, if you guys can remember. Of course, Republicans didn't want to pass it. Democrats wanted to pass it, but they didn't really fight for it. In the end, finally, because of Jon Stewart shedding light on the issue, 9/11 first responders did get health coverage for the health issues that they had while they were cleaning up the debris, looking for survivors, that type of thing.
Okay, pause there for a second to remember how that story went down. Because it shows you how unbelievably radical the Republicans are, what hypocrites they are. Because they, 9/11, 9/11. And the guys got sick cleaning up 9/11. They're like, oh yeah, screw them, we don't want to give them money. And they said, Obama, we'll give you the money if you give us tax cuts for the rich. They held the 9/11 responders hostage, and that was one of the big victories that Obama got when he traded away the tax cuts for the rich. And even that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Jon Stewart highlighting it. I give him the most credit.
Right.
Shep Smith on Fox News actually did a really great job with it. And then the third guy and the one politician who fought the hardest for it was Anthony Weiner. So he's no longer with us. One of the guys was on Fox News, and the third one's a comedian. Okay, otherwise this wouldn't even happen.
Right. So it did pass, which is a good thing. However, now we're finding out that these 9/11 first responders will not get treated if they develop cancer. Now, this was the main reason why this type of legislation passed in the first place, or at least I thought. Now, of course, the 9/11 first responders are cleaning up the debris. They weren't given protective masks, so they kept breathing in all of this harmful debris and all these toxins. And as a result, some of them develop lung cancer, some of them develop bone marrow cancer, right? So now what they're saying is, look, we're not going to treat them and we're not going to cover them if they have cancer because there's no causal relationship. We haven't found a causal link yet.
Yeah. You know, look, I got mixed feelings on this, to be honest, because on the one hand, I say, look, you need evidence, right? So what if they said, oh, I'm balding? And I don't mean to minimize it like that. Cancer is incredibly serious, and a lot of causal links have been shown with really, really serious illnesses around 9/11, right? But if you can't connect it to, I get why they might not want to fund it. And also keep in mind, Anna, hold on. Over $4 billion have already been assigned to this, $4.2 billion. So it's not like they're going to spend less money. The money's already assigned to it, right? Now, having said that, when you read some of the cases, you're like,
okay.
Really? It's not connected?
Yeah, okay. Here's how much I care about the scientific evidence in this case. Zero.
Oh.
These people put their lives on the line. These are police officers. These are firefighters. These are people who risk their own lives to help victims of 9/11. Okay, some of them died, some of them developed cancer, some of them have other health issues, right? I don't care about the scientific data in this case, okay? These are American heroes in my eyes, and they should be taken care of by our federal government. That's the way I see it, okay? And by the way, the cancers that they're developing are extremely rare. These bone marrow cancers are so rare that doctors are saying, no, this isn't something that happens all the time. So many of these people who are 9/11 first responders develop this bone marrow cancer. So whether or not there's a scientific study that shows the cause in a very clear and concise way, it doesn't matter. It's obvious.
So I want to clarify a couple of things there. All right. So number one, a lot of the doctors are saying these guys getting these kind of cancer this young is very uncommon, right? So you see anecdotal evidence like that. And what Anna's saying is not caring about the scientific evidence, not overall, but within the time frame that we have, right? So are we going to do a 10-year, 20-year study to find it's too late, then the guys are dead, right? And here's my overall point. Is I said I had mixed feelings on it, but my overall conclusion is, look, even if we get it slightly wrong and we pay for some of the cancer treatment that we, quote unquote, shouldn't have paid for, what's the big harm, right? I mean, these guys stepped up and they got cancer. There's decent evidence, even if one doctor who was the head of the study is not convinced, there's decent evidence that they got the cancer because of this. And if we screw up and we treat a couple of cancer patients by mistake, I can live with that.
Do you know how much worthless crap we spend our tax dollars on a yearly basis, okay? This is the last thing that I'm concerned about. Even if there's no scientific data, even if there's evidence suggesting that, the 9/11 first responders did not get cancer from the cleanup efforts, I still wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. And maybe that makes me extreme in this case, and maybe that makes me radical in this case. But I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. I have absolutely no problem knowing that some of my tax dollars went toward this.